Hi there. Welcome to this week's episode of the podcast with me, Russell Davis. I want to share some experiences of meditation. I know meditation can be very popular, but I want to explore something a bit different. I want to explore the idea of meditation being a state rather than an act, being a state of mind, an experience rather than something we do. And I think the more we see that, it gives an opportunity to be connected to something deeper within us, more moment to moment. Well, let's unpack that and explore that. I want to share some of my thoughts and experience on meditation. I love meditation. I use meditation to enjoy my quiet mind, to sit and connect and be. I used to do meditation to try and quieten my mind. But I see now that there's a distinct difference between meditation being an act or a state. For me, it used to be an act. And prior to coming across meditation as an act, something I did, I had an extremely busy mind. And a friend shared her experience of coming across mindfulness meditation, and it changed her life, and it saved her life. She was suicidal, attempted suicide a number of times. Just severe crippling anxiety. She couldn't really function very well in life. And she came across mindfulness meditation and it began to change her life. And I wasn't really aware of meditation hadn't really kind of explored it personally or tried it. So I read a book she recommended and started to play with the idea of meditation. And it was an eye-opener to realise how much I had a busy mind. It was really helped me and accept that I had a really busy mind. It perhaps didn't serve me. But before that, I thought my thinking was my superpower, and began to realise, actually, no, it's not my superpower. It's actually stopping me having more peace and clarity and happiness and contentment and wisdom. So I used to do meditation as an act. But as I've been exploring more the principles behind our human experience and seeing the true nature of thought, seeing it as not reality, not anything I need to pay attention to, as pure imagination, 100% of the time, every waking thought I have is imagination. I don't take it seriously. Then I guess meditation became more a state. I could drive and feel this kind of feeling of meditation. My running became a meditation. I realised you could write an email as a meditation. I guess the principle, what is meditation? Meditation is focusing on one thing, being purely present to one thing. And if you're doing it as an act of meditation, it may be focusing on your breath, it may be a mantra. When you're fully present to life, I think that's a meditative state. When you have a quiet mind and your being, that's a meditative state. And I think I help my clients, I help my clients, I'm more myself, being more present in a meditative state, not 100% of the time, but far more than I used to be. So I think there's a difference between meditation as an act and meditation being a state of mind. And sometimes when it's an act, I think there could be a risk of, I'm okay if I do my meditation. And I used to feel deeply relaxed in my 15, 20 minutes wherever I did my meditation, but then a few minutes back in my everyday life, didn't really feel any different. But some people say, yeah, but you need years of meditation before you start noticing it in your everyday life. I don't believe that's necessarily true when you start to see meditation as a state of mind, when you start to see the nature of thought and see it's all a pure imagination, it's not reality, You begin to take your thoughts less seriously moment to moment. You innately drop into more present meditative state. I think it's actually our innate state of mind. Meditation or meditative state is not a special state. You have to do something to get into. I think it's a state we drop into and we stop trying, stop paying attention to our thinking, stop fighting thought with thought. All those things we try and do to manage our state of mind, our mood, often fueled by fear and insecurity. And we stop playing that game and we see it's all pure imagination. I think we drop into a meditative state more naturally. I think it's our default setting. If you look at babies and toddlers, they're just more present, more in this state of meditation. It's a state of presence. Whatever they're doing, stacking their bricks, crawling around this world in a state of wonder. It's a state of presence. It's a more meditative state. They haven't got a busy mind. And occasionally when they do have a busy mind, they might have a tantrum about something. It soon passes. Without any intervention, without any breathing, without any meditation, it passes back to being present. I think that shows how our mind is designed to be. It's self-correcting. We don't need to fix it. It shows actually our default setting is this state of being, this more meditative state. So I don't think it's a special state you need to have some act to get into. It's more of an innate state. The more we see how our mind works, the less we get tricked by the illusions of thoughts and feelings being real that need attention. Yeah, and the risk is that we start to think, I'm okay if I do my meditation. It's also sometimes we think, I'm okay if I do my journaling, my breathing, my meditation. Don't get me wrong, I love journaling and breathing exercises and all this kind of stuff can be really powerful. But if you think we need to do them to be okay, then we're falling into a trap, I think. So I think when we begin to see meditation as actually perhaps in a natural state, the more we see through the illusion of our thoughts and feelings, point us in the wrong direction, point us into thinking we need to do something about it, to fix it, to resolve it. To think our experience comes from anything other than thought, points us in the wrong direction, naturally creates a busy mind. The more we see that 100% of our experience comes from thought in the moment, naturally our mind begins to calm. It becomes simpler. We stop looking in the wrong direction. We stop interfering with the self-correcting system. And our mind can begin to calm and settle back into our innate state of presence, calm mind. So the more we understand how our mind works, the more we understand the nature of our human experience, I think we more innately spend more time in a meditative state, a state of presence, clarity, perspective. So some of my experiences and thoughts on meditation, and my wish for you is that you begin to see through the illusion of your thinking that naturally points us in the wrong direction. Begin to see the space between thoughts that knows you're okay, you've got nothing to prove. You're okay for who you are, whatever happens, you are okay. And that feeling of home that comes when we stop trying to be okay. And that feeling of home, which is that meditative state of being, just a place of clarity, perspective, wisdom. That's my wish for you. You can just see that in your own life, in moments, and see that's innate. That's who you are. It's who you are. You don't have to do anything to get into that state. You drop into it, and we stop looking in the wrong direction, looking in the outside world for solutions to answers, for security, for worthiness, for lovability. We see through the illusion of our thinking. we come back to realise we have everything we need psychologically to thrive in this moment, in any moment. Loving you.